I told you before, guys, I want to change this game.
I know this is not my time to talk. We love you guys. You, your government, everybody.
And you don't have to be Muslim to support this. You have to be just regular human. 100 kids dying.
You never talked about the McGregor fight.
He didn't even want that name in his speech.
All the time talk about this, I don't like, to be honest, but...
Chicken this, chicken that, you jokes when came on top. But you actually fight like a little jokes rat anyway.
I am not perfect example. I just try to be myself. You cannot eat more than one bread in one day.
But what do you think about that? Honestly, I don't even think I'm close to him. I look at our Prophet Muhammad's house.
Before 2018 and prior to the clash between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor, which remains the biggest pay-per-view in the sport's history, MMA was relatively unknown in the Muslim world. It had a niche fan base, but nowhere near the mass appeal it commands today. The fight between Habib and Conor McGregor, with all the chaos that accompanied it, catapulted both Habib and the sport to a new stratosphere of popularity. As Habib famously said about his jump over the octagon fence,
You never talked about the McGregor fight in 2018.
Already all world was watching this fight. People talk about something like when they want to promote this. This fight become like bigger than our sport, bigger than MMA, bigger than
Yes,
UFC. All the time talk about this, I don't like, to be honest, but this is like one of the best moment ever happened in my professional career. People never talk about one thing. When I jump, with me jump all this sport, you know, to another level.
he was spot on. I remember years ago telling a friend I was staying up late to watch MMA required explaining what the sport actually was. Fast forward to today and those same friends watch every card knowing fighters by name. This shift was driven entirely by the virality of that fight and how this dominant Muslim fighter stayed true to his principles, humiliating the loudest mouth the sport has ever known after he insulted everything dear to him.
On this little glass jaw rat. Do something about it. Yeah, you'll do nothing. You talk chicken this, chicken that, you jokes when came on top. But you actually fight like a little jokes rat anyway. You dive for the legs and hold on to them for dear life. You're a phony, a fake. If you put out this fight, I'm gonna love what happens to you, your family, and your team even more.
Okay.
Fake rat.
As far as today's topic goes, the answer runs deeper than just a viral fight or a principled man beating a guy who disrespected him through causes far more complicated and has been decades in the making. Now, we are treading into an area bigger than sports. While this goes beyond the usual scope of this channel, I want to give you my honest opinion based on facts and my experience as a Muslim fan of this game since 2014. In recent years, there has been an awakening in the collective consciousness regarding the dirty role of legacy media. They often serve as the paint used to legitimize the war machine, mainly led by Western powers. Most of these wars took place in the Middle East and Muslim countries, where casualties, especially on the Muslim side, reached the millions. To justify such atrocious acts of violence against innocent souls, you must vilify the subject to the highest degree. You need to convince your own populace, hard-working everyday people who naturally lean toward peace that there is a threat. To do that, you need to create the perfect inhuman boogeyman.
This is not my best side. You know, I'm human being. I don't understand how people can talk about I jump on the cage. You know, what about he talk about my religion? He talk about my country. He talk about my father. My father teach me, hey, you have to be always respectful. And that's why, alhamdulillah, belt is here, undisputed, undefeated UFC lightweight champion. And you know, it's not people. I think it's media. Media a little bit change MMA. This is not trash talking sport. This is respectful. Like I told you before, guys, I want to change this game. I don't want people talk about like opponents, talk about his father, like religion. You cannot talk about religion, you cannot talk about nation. Guys, you cannot talk about this stuff. And you know, this is for me is very important.
This manufacturing of consent generally requires 3 steps. 1. Constant verification. This involves lying and distorting religious texts, focusing hyper specifically on tiny fringe groups, often created directly by intelligence agencies or indirectly via radicalization from previous aggressions. They ignore the vast majority of sane, peace-loving people, sharing only the darkest news to create a scary caricature. 2. Suppression of good representation. You must ensure no positive light shines on these people. Any quote-unquote good representation creates doubt in the boogeyman image you spent billions of dollars and decades constructing. 3. Manufactured crises. This stamps all the previous lies with validity. It takes the distorted view your populace holds and turns it from an opinion into a matter of personal safety, given given the green light to use any method available to save the people from the quote-unquote boogeyman.
That you also have to become like, or inshallah represent, like Muhammad Ali, rahimahullah. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I don't even think I'm close to him. What Allah give him, He don't give me. He was very big example, and his name is gonna be in history long time. But I don't think I'm even like close to Muhammad Ali. I don't want to be like Muhammad Ali. I look at our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is for us example. If you want something, you have to work hard. Every day do something. On your journey, you're gonna face like a lot of problems. Problem become easy when you believe to Allah and say thank you. If He gave you problem, this is what Allah choose for you. This is not what you want. This is Allah choose. We have to be happy because Allah give you. Okay.
I know this is not my time to talk. I just want to say one thing. Is all these things beginning from my side and other guy when we was fighting. But don't forget, Ireland is the biggest supporter in the world for Palestine. Don't forget about this. We love you guys. You, your government, everybody. Here inside the cage, only competition. MMA, all about respect. We love you guys because you guys support our brother in Palestine.
From the perspective of those being vilified, the story is one of frustration. You try to explain who you really are, only to see daily lies in global media while your people suffer. As I noted earlier, these voices usually had no microphones held out for them. This brings us to the rise of Khabib Nurmagomedov. This simple mountain man slipped through the hands of the war legitimizing media machine. He rose to global fame, carrying the ideals his religion instilled in him. It was a moment of divine irony, showing who is really in control. This man from an unknown village presented the world with an image completely opposite to what they were programmed to expect. Suddenly, a beacon of hope rose from the darkness. By the time the machine realized it, this quote-unquote Trojan horse had already slipped through, creating a crack in their narrative that rendered years of devilish work useless.
Hey, first of all, I want to say Alhamdulillah, God gave me everything. Alhamdulillah, I know you got this, they don't like this. Alhamdulillah, tomorrow night I'm gonna smash your boy, guys. I'm gonna smash your boy.
That's why I become champion. That's why I become successful in my sport. Very big mistake. You become successful only because of Allah wants this. And Allah wants something, He gives. When people give me respect, when people recognize me, I'm not surprised, because when Allah wants something, it's everything happen.
This is why the Muslim world loves Habib. He represented them and their faith on the biggest stages, defined the agendas that seek to dominate, destabilize, and steal lands in the Middle East for selfish gain. Lately, as we see a shift in global consciousness manifested in millions marching to raise the voice of the oppressed, the machine has kicked back into sixth gear. We see lies upon lies daily, trying to recapture the minds of the average folk. As a result, Islamophobia has risen to its highest level in years. People like Habib are their biggest enemies. This unsuspecting small cog in the machine created the biggest ripple effect. For truth, no matter how small the voice, is always louder than any lie, no matter how big.
War we call when one army fight with another army. This is called war. But when one army smashing just regular people, this is not war. For example, if I go to the street and fight with someone who never do this is not fair, this is not fight. Same thing happening there. They close the border and they bombing 2.5 million people. This is not war, this is genocide. And you don't have to be Muslim to support this. You have to be just regular human. Can you imagine 100 kids dying without food, nothing, like even water? And these people who doing this, they talk about fair. Okay, if you guys have problem with some organization, go and deal with that. But what about 2.5 million people? You guys bombing. This is not war. People have to understand this is real genocide.
That's it, folks. If you liked the video, please support the channel by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. And watching the full video helps push it to more people. Peace.
Alhamdulillah, I know you got this, they don't like this. Alhamdulillah, tomorrow night I'm gonna smash your boy, guys.